Buenos días y bienvenidos y todos. Good morning and welcome, everyone. Welcome to a community that is dedicated to providing spiritual tools for living a happy and full life. My name is Karina Shearer, and I'm the spiritual director and founding minister here at the Center for Spiritual Living Puerto Vallarta. If you would like to join us for the live Zoom meeting, please contact me for the link and the password. Today is Sunday, December 11th, 2022. We are continuing with our annual theme, which is Living Everyday Wonder. And the topic for this month is community. This week, our topic is Into We See. So each week, we start with a spiritual practice called affirmative prayer, also known as spiritual mind treatment. And this is a powerful tool and a practical tool that shifts our consciousness so that we are open and available to accept the good that is already present in our life. It aligns our thoughts with all good. So let's move into today's service with intention, as we do each week, with a reading from the Creative Thought magazine. And today I'll be reading from December 12th, 2014. Just a reminder that spiritual mind treatment is always done in the first person. So I invite you to gently close your eyes and take these words as your own, if you so choose. There is one universal presence, and there is an ever-present principle that obeys the presence. Just as I call the presence love, I call the principle law. It is love that sets the law into motion. It is the law that brings the love into form. I am a point of light within the mind of God, just as I am a point of love within the heart of God, and a point of vibration within the action of God. This affirms that I am unified with the living Spirit Almighty. It is what is true for me is true for all. I claim, therefore, that I am one with all of God's creations. Every endeavor I have ever made is coming into fruition. I am at a place where mastery of who I am is becoming evident. Divine interactions offer me a higher response to beauty. I am grateful for this day that is grounded in love and trust. It brightens my path from old to new. Blessed with my acceptance of the good which is within my grasp, I release this word. It is complete, and so it is. And that was originally submitted by Reverend Marion Whiteman from Palm Desert, California. And as we do each week, let's together review our purpose, vision, and mission statements. So we have a grand purpose here each week, and that is to awaken and celebrate diversity and to love and serve our community. This is supported by our vision, which is creating the life you desire, which is further supported by our mission, which is to provide spiritual tools for personal growth and transformation. So once again, welcome everyone. Please know that here at the Center for Spiritual Living Puerto Vallarta, we welcome everyone, no matter what your background is. We honor diversity in all aspects, as well as all faiths, all traditions, all paths. We are all connected and we are one in community. So welcome all. So here at the Center for Spiritual Living Puerto Vallarta, as well as at other centers, we teach a philosophy called the science of mind. which is a teaching based on new thought and ancient wisdom. And we offer spiritual tools and principles to promote personal growth, such as our opening spiritual mind treatment. And as I mentioned, we honor diversity in all aspects so that we can see and appreciate the great oneness that already exists everywhere and within everyone. When Dr. Ernest Holmes founded this teaching in the 1920s, he had studied both Eastern and Western spiritual texts to create the science of mind, which focuses on the individual use of thoughts and this powerful thing called the mind. When asked to provide a concise definition of the science of mind teaching, he replied that it is a correlation of laws of science, opinions of philosophy, and revelations of religion applied to human needs and aspirations. So each week, we offer a service with an inspirational message. And we are meeting at our new location Sundays at noon on Calle Venezuela, number 232 on the rooftop. So hang out with us after the service for some great conversation with like-minded people. And if you have any questions or comments, you can either post them online wherever you are watching the replay, chat with me in person, or send me a direct email, and I'll be sure to respond. So a richer, greater experience of life awaits us when we enter into community or common unity with those around us. When we train ourselves to see the big picture, we have a greater experience of humanity. Community is the invisible membrane that we all live inside. It's where we play out our lives on a larger scale, both consciously and unconsciously. It's the first circle in what ultimately creates our larger societal structures, beginning with the family, all the way through to the culture of a country. At the micro level, it's our individual choices that influence not only our own experience, but the character and subtext of our community. The beautiful alchemy of community unfolds when we come into realization that through our sphere of influence, we intersect with the greater whole each and every day. This is the point of power. When we begin to make decisions about how we wish to be in community and actively welcome those who previously we may have been unaware of. This is how our diverse world becomes a living gift to all of us. So celebrate December in a full awareness of our unique gifts, while seeing the gifts of those all around us as we enter into a bigger idea of community. Who we acknowledge as part of our community is a vital part of creating community. When we see people in our community as outside or fail to see them at all, we limit the possibilities of our greater whole. Whatever the perceived difference is, there is value in making genuine connection with all people. Science of Mind calls for us to recognize wholeness, or spirit itself, as expressing through all things, all people. If it is here, it is to be known. If there is no separation, then the only real separation is my ego self-creating that illusion. Science of Mind is the compassionate, practical application of seeking to see the wholeness through all experiences, including expressions of humanity itself. So remember last week when I spoke about Karen? Well, she didn't have much experience with people of different abilities, But her 6-year-old daughter had become friends with the girl next door. And the girl had a 10-year-old sister who was in a wheelchair. She was unable to speak, feed, or clothe herself. Well, Karen got to know the mother and the girl. And the mother had said, speak to her like you would a 6-month-old, and instead of a 10-year-old. And as Karen did this, she noticed that a quiet relationship had developed. She received extra smiles when she arrived and attempts to reach out and laugh from this young girl. By the time the girl was in high school, technology had devised a tool where she could press a button on her wheelchair in response to images projected on the screen in the classroom. And not only did this technology help her feel engaged, but it also helped other children to see her as whole. And her circle of friends expanded. Elderly people with hearing disorders often experience this similar phenomenon. People assume that their quiet demeanor or confused questions may be a sign of dementia. But once they receive a new hearing aid, it's not uncommon for relationships to miraculously transform. Ernest Holmes wrote this: the manifest universe is the body of God. It is the logical and necessary outcome of the infinite self-knowingness of God. And this is from the Centers for Spiritual Living Declaration of Principles. We'll share more of those as we go along today. So here in Mexico, we have neighborhoods called colonials or barrios, and each one is unique in its own way. I live in a very diverse neighborhood with a mixture of both short-term and long-term vacationers, single people, couples, and families, as well as native Puerto Vallartans. And many people speak both English and Spanish, but some speak only Spanish. The houses range from very modern and expensive to the very basic. And there's a wide variety of restaurants and businesses, something for everyone. We are quite diverse, in fact. So what's your neighborhood like? Examining the people in your circle, in your center, and in your community can reveal who may be missing from the conversation. So use whatever reveals itself as an opportunity to actively engage in the practice of inclusivity first, so that diversity can be reflected. Ernest Holmes wrote this: we envision a world in which we live and grow as one global family that respects and honors the interconnectedness of all life, a world where this kinship with all life prospers and connects through the guidance of spiritual wisdom and experience. And this is from our global vision. In most of our neighborhoods, you'll find a few local hangouts where people will gather to share local news and upcoming events. We even have Facebook groups where people can share their experience while vacationing here, or ask questions like, where's the best dentist, or restaurant for a family gathering, or where can I find a specific grocery item? Some of the local bars will host parties or fundraisers for specific occasions, such as gathering school supplies or helping a family with extensive medical bills, food hampers, or a Christmas toy run. So identify for yourself some way that you could expand your experience of community. For example, step into a new role, join a group that you've been curious about, or invite someone new to visit your community. Ernest Holmes wrote this: "We envision a world where each and every person has enough food, a home, and a sense of belonging, a world of peace and harmony, enfranchisement and justice." Again, from our global vision. So diversity is a human attribute. It is one of the qualities of life with an infinite variety of expressions. As our world has become smaller, thanks in large to technology, we have expanded our awareness of the full range of human diversity. We're no longer in areas of sameness. We have been given the gift of seeing into the full kaleidoscope of human experience through such things as medical advancements, increased immigration, and the full expression of human rights, which asks us to look at our communities through the lens of others when examining rights at work, at home, and access to food and shelter, as well as other things. In the book Community, Peter Block wrote this: "Community is like the Bodhisattva belief that not one of us can enter nirvana until all others have gone before us." So here, it's common practice to greet people as you pass on the sidewalk. So next time you're out and about, say hello, good day, or good evening. Start up a conversation with a stranger. They might even be your neighbor and could lead to a nice friendship. In Mexico, you can practice your Spanish with a local as you pass them on the sidewalk. Practicing curiosity in interactions with others develops a deeper and richer relationship. And curiosity expresses a genuine interest in another person's lived experience of the world, while checking on our own assumptions or biases. Lewis Baldwin wrote this in the book To Make the Wounded Whole: "Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. We are caught in an inescapable network of mutuality, tied in a single garment of destiny." So our call to action this week: our personal sense of who represents our community can be a result of ideas and norms found in our youth. We may not realize how much bigger the world is until we deliberately step outside our habits and comfort zones. We skim off the top rather than reaching in by being vulnerable and curious. So it's time to engage in meaningful dialogue with each person that we meet. The benefit is a greater, richer life and a greater, richer community. I'll leave you with this quote from Stephen Hawking: "We are all different, There is no such thing as a standard or run-of-the-mill human being, but we share the same human spirit. And that leads us to our affirmation for the week. I see spirit in everyone I meet. Which now leads us, let me back up here, to our opportunity for mindfully giving back to where we have received our goods. So donations are gratefully received through PayPal or Tithely on our website, www.cslpv.org. Or if you prefer sending in a paper check, you can do so by mailing it to CSLPV number 403, 2125 Birch Road, Kelowna, BC, V1Y8N1. And now it's our time for our offertory affirmation. So if you'd like to join me, I know that my giving blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I give and receive. I do give eternal thanks for the abundance that is mine to share. And now for our announcements. If you would like a one-on-one connection for spiritual mind treatment to assist you with emotions or change or whatever you're experiencing in life or would like more of in life, then please connect with me. And if you would like to commit to being a member of the Center for Spiritual Living Puerto Vallarta for this upcoming year, or if you would like to be on our board of trustees, please contact us so you can be sent the current form. And I'd also like to remind you to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and Facebook page. If you're interested in learning more about the Science of Mind teaching, we will once again be offering the course, Change Your Thinking, Change Your Life, which will be held online. And this course will be offered in January. We're also teaching the Essential Earnest Homes starting in January, both in English via Zoom and in person in Spanish. So connect with me or check out our website to find out more details. And please let me know if there's another course or workshop or book study that you'd be interested in taking so that we can plan for those dates as well. In the meantime, let's continue practicing peace. We can each be a force for peace and nonviolence. Our words and our actions can create ripples of peace all around us and beyond. Peaceful living includes acting with compassion, kindness, and consideration, and it also includes standing up against injustice. May peace and love be with you. Thank you for coming and sharing this time together. Namaste.